Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I'm glad that we've done it. I shared it today that a couple of more races are not connected Wise. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there we go. We've got 2 people watching. So hello to those people. Tommy Dickens liked it already. I guess Tommy's through now. Right.
Hello, everybody who's watching.
There's 6 people so far. Apparently.
Yes, Tommy, we're safe. Hope you are too.
Yes, I mean, I guess it's always weird to ask if we're safe because we're not out there on the front lines or anything. We're just at home. But yeah, no, of course, we do hope everyone's keeping safe and then taking the precautions they need to. So who else have we got in the chat? Give us a shout out because it said we've got 6. So give us a shout out if you're in the chat.
Tommy's good and ready to go. Cool.
Awesome. Good to hear, Dignan. Good to hear.
How have we got subtitles on there? Or is that just me? Is that just me? Maybe I've clicked.
Yeah, I can't see that.
Okay, I've clicked the subtitle button by mistake.
Now you get eyes and it doesn't tell you who's watching. I guess because it's on the page. So I see 6 people watching, but it doesn't say who. But yeah, welcome everybody. We're going to kick off in about 5 minutes. It's the WrestleMania quiz, and WrestleMania is tonight and tomorrow. So what does everybody think about WrestleMania during the chat now? What are your thoughts? Are you excited? Are you not excited? Because there's a lot to be not excited for. But there is, a couple of things that I would like to see, or at least that would be interesting. But yeah, I am really gonna be interested in how they pull this off tonight. Don't know about you, Cam.
I'm excited about some stuff, and then also just feel bad for some people, and the fact that we have to watch it like this when he could have just postponed it. But
there's always there's always talk about postponing it and things. But
yeah, we are where we are with it now. It's fine.
Not a second-class show without a botch. Thanks, Tommy. Look forward to more botches coming throughout the night. Don't put us on Botchamania, though.
Okay, so there's a few more of you joining us now. This hasn't been very well promoted just because we know it's a very tight audience for this, but this is your WWE Superfan quiz. Tonight is WrestleMania, and so we thought we'd just get everyone in the mood with a little quiz on WWE trivia. We'll be starting the quiz in about 4 minutes, 3 or 4 minutes now. Time to grab a pen, or if you want to just use the notes on your iPad or any other device, that's cool. Be marking your own answers.
So a little heads up, guys, because we know in the last stream, if any of you were part of the comedy quiz stream, there were problems where the connection would go down and you wouldn't be able to hear us. What we're going to do now is at the end of every round, we're going to paste all the questions in for you. So don't hesitate, don't panic if you miss anything. Don't worry about getting us to come back to it, because we're going to paste the 10 questions or 15 questions if it's the first round after every round. So we'll let you guys catch up and we'll make sure everything's good on that side.
Yes, indeed. There's quite a few of you watching now. Everyone watching, can you hear us okay? Can you hear us both okay? This is kind of the volume that I'll be speaking at for the evening.
Yeah, and we've tried to improve my volume since the last one, so hopefully this little microphone here should help me sound a bit better.
That was better. Yeah, shout.
Yeah, okay.
Enunciate, project.
Well,
yeah.
I know. I'm in between like my mum's room and my brother's room. I don't want to be too loud, especially because my brother's actually going to be watching the stream.
It's 8 p.m.
It's 7:58.
Tommy can hear us both. That's cool.
All right. Cool. It's Tommy. All right.
Tommy's the only one. Tommy seems to be the only one commenting. Yeah. Right.
Tommy, get the crowd going.
Okay, we're just about to start then, ladies and gents. So, if you're ready for your WWE quiz, can we have just a couple of yeses or yeps in the comments for us, please? Just a couple of yeps or yeses in the comments, please.
Feel free to do the yes at home.
Yeah, give us a nice Daniel Bryan gif.
Yeah, if you can put gifs, I don't know if you can put gifs in live videos, but oh hey, Terry O'Callaghan, nice, thanks for joining us.
Who's Terry O'Callaghan? Welcome.
I don't know, but I'm very happy to see him join the stream. Welcome, Terry. Hope you're going to enjoy this quiz tonight.
Terry, yep, lovely. Terry, thanks for joining us. Richard Howson says he can hear us. He's ready to go. Luke Stevens, cool.
Oh, we've got people coming in now. Welcome, everybody.
Right, welcome. Thank you for joining us on your WWE quiz. We're going to get going now.
So Terry O'Callaghan saying that his friend is about to be joining right now. If you are Terry's friend, can you just say that you are in and you're ready to go as well? And we'll get started straight.
Right. So just a couple of you may have missed James explain earlier. You guys are about the live feed is about 30 seconds behind me and James here. There's not a lot we can do about that. So your comments might come through to us a little bit later than you've sent them. We will get around to them and read them out and see what's going on. Yeah. Let's get going then. So, hello everyone. It is now 8 o'clock. Good evening to you all. Thank you all for joining us. We hope you're all safe, well and good. That's the main and important thing. Welcome live to our Facebook page here, Second Class Entertainment. My name's Cam, and to my right is Mr. James. Hey.
Hey everyone. So we thought that during these unprecedented times that we'd do something a little different and get us all doing something fun while we're all stuck at home. So please, everybody, welcome to the great WWE Superfan virtual quiz. Grab a pen and paper and your household buddies. The quiz is about to begin. Now, this is how it's going to work. There are 8 rounds. Round 1 has 15 questions, while the rest have 10. And the breakdown is as follows. Round 1 is WrestleMania. Round 2 is the Royal Rumble. Round 3 is general WWE knowledge. Round 4 is tag teams. Round 5 is WWE Firsts. Round 6 is the women's round. Round 7 is true or false. And then round 8 is champions and championships. So, like Cam said, the quiz is just for fun, and you're going to be marking your own answers, guys. And we do want you to let us know how you're doing. So at the end of the first 4 rounds, we're going to go through the answers, and then you guys can let us know how you did score-wise. We'll have a little bit of a toilet break, and then we'll carry on with the next 4 rounds. And should everything go to plan, we think this will take about 90 minutes. So just a couple of quick things to mention before we do begin. These are the rules. No commenting the answers in the live chat, please. It's going to suck the fun out of it for everybody. And of course, no Googling, guys. It's a bit of fun. Test your wrestling nerdy knowledge with us. As I said, if something goes wrong and we do lose connection or get cut off, do stay with us. Me or Cam will come back live as soon as we can by ourselves or together and finish the rest of the quiz. So do not fear. And of course, I'm going to be copying and pasting the questions after every round into the chat so you can catch up. If you missed any, just wait till the end of the round and they will all be pasted in there for you. All right, so if we are ready for the first round, let's get some yeses and let's get going. Right, so is everybody ready? Can we have some yeses in the comments, please?
I think we've already had a couple of yeps.
All right, brilliant, brilliant. Let's get ready with round number 1 then, which is WrestleMania.
Okay, guys, so just remember you are about 30 seconds behind us. And like James says, we will paste any any questions into the comments after each round finishes, just so you don't panic if you miss one due to lagging or if the live feed freezes or anything like that. Right then, guys, very best of luck. WrestleMania round question number 1. Here's your first question. Here it is. Number 1. Who was The Undertaker's opponent at WrestleMania 22? Who was The Undertaker's opponent at WrestleMania 22?
There we go. Not the most memorable Undertaker streak match. But,
okay, that's hinting.
Props for you guys if you can remember. Okay, yeah, not bad. Right, let's move on then to question number 2, and that is what match opened WrestleMania 33? So what match opened WrestleMania 33?
Just to clarify that is not the kickoff show. We're looking for the match that opened the pay-per-view, not the kickoff show. Give them a few seconds on that one just to work out and eliminate what they might need to eliminate.
Yeah, no worries.
All right then. Right, moving on to question number 3 then in your WrestleMania round. Question. What WrestleMania, excluding tonight's WrestleMania, was the only WrestleMania to not take place on a Sunday evening? What WrestleMania, excluding tonight's WrestleMania, was the only WrestleMania to not take place on a Sunday evening?
There you go, guys. Wrap your brain on that one. Go through all the history of WrestleMania. And props to anybody who gets it. It is a bit of a tough one.
Yeah, that is pretty much just a guessing game if you don't already have that knowledge in your head.
Definitely. Right, so let's go on then to question number 4, which is, in the WrestleMania 21 film parodies starring the Superstars, so you guys might remember there were a bunch of film spoofs they did leading up to WrestleMania 21, what film parody was Kurt Angle a part of? So in the WrestleMania 21 film parodies, which starred the Superstars, what film parody was Kurt Angle a part of? Tommy says you both you guys are doing bingo voices, and I like it. Yeah, that's our presenter voices bingo voice. What can we do?
Right then, the question number 5. What's the shortest WrestleMania match in history? What is the shortest WrestleMania match in history? Just to clarify this one, we don't want the time, we want the match, who was in the match.
Just the competitors for that specific match we're looking for on that one. So, yeah, that's another one to rack your brains, or maybe you've got it on the top of your head. If you're a huge wrestling fan, you might know. Right, so then let's move on to the next question, question number 6, which is, since his first WrestleMania in 1991, which 3 WrestleManias has The Undertaker not wrestled at? So let me be clear on this again, guys. So since his first WrestleMania in 1991, which 3 WrestleManias has The Undertaker not wrestled at? So we're looking for WrestleManias that The Undertaker did not have a match.
We got a comment from Chris Gray who said he lost sound. Sorry about that, Chris. There's
let us know if it comes back.
Not a whole lot we can do about that, but do stay tuned. All the questions will be pasted into the comments once the round is finished, just in case you missed any. Okay.
Terry O'Callaghan's brain is ticking overtime with these questions, which is what we're
Good. That's good to know. That's how it should be. Right. I think you've had enough time on that Undertaker question. Question number 7. Question 7. What was the last WrestleMania to not feature Brock Lesnar in a championship match? So, which WrestleMania was the last WrestleMania to not feature Brock Lesnar in a championship match?
We really didn't give them a break on the kind of thinker questions. It was back to back with 2 tricky ones there.
I don't know.
Chris Gray's back as well. He's got the sound back, so that's good. Sorry, carry on, Ken.
Yeah, I think the Undertaker one is a slightly harder than the Brock Lesnar question.
Yeah, definitely, I would say. All right, so let's go on to the next question then, which is, here we go, question number 8. What was the first WrestleMania to be streamed live on the WWE Network? So, what was the first WrestleMania that was streamed live on the WWE Network? Should be a fairly easy one for you if you're a big wrestling fan. If you keep up to date on the last couple of years or so, you should be all right. We don't take the network for granted now, don't we, Cam? But there was a time that every pay-per-view was like, here, 20 quid.
15, 20 quid, yeah.
15, yeah. So glad for the network as well. So, yeah.
Okay, question number 9. Question 9. At what WrestleMania did The Rock face John Cena for the second time? At what WrestleMania did The Rock face John Cena for the second time?
Okay, that one should be fairly off the top of the head. So let's go to the next question, which is... Oh, there we go. I went way down. Question number 10 is, what year was the 25th anniversary of WrestleMania? So what year was the 25th anniversary of WrestleMania? I was just licking his lips at all the questions he's devised for people. He wants you all to fail, but I don't. I'm the good cop here.
Tommy says 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Not sure what he means by that.
Better not be a hint. Better not be a hint, Mr. Dignan.
Right, number 11 then, folks. Question number 11. At which WrestleMania did John Cena face his tag title partner? So he was the tag team champions with someone, and then he faced them at a WrestleMania. What WrestleMania was that match when he faced his tag title partner?
That's a good one. I like that one. It's definitely a bit of a thinker because you might have an idea, but you have to kind of double check in your head. Okay. Alright. See if you guys got that one. Right, so let's move on to the next one then. Number 12. What was the main event of WrestleMania 25? So I'm looking for the last match on the card here. What was the main event / last match of WrestleMania 25?
Yeah, just think of the card here for WrestleMania 25. Lots of great matches on WrestleMania 25. And then just let us know what you think was the main event. As we move on to question number 13. Question 13. Which 3 WrestleManias did The Rock and Austin go one-on-one at? Which 3 WrestleManias did The Rock and Austin go one-on-one at?
Definitely, probably got to be considered one of the best WrestleMania series of matches and rematches of all time, I think. And really, some of the earliest, really, if you look at it, they weren't repeating WrestleMania matches a whole lot back then.
No.
It's quite ballsy to do the same match 3 times, but if you're going to pick any 2 people to do the same match 3 times, Rock and Austin are the choice, I guess, especially back then. All right, so if you guys have got that one, we're going to move on to the next one, which is question number 14. Who did Big Show defeat at WrestleMania to win his first ever singles match at the event? So, who did Big Show defeat at WrestleMania to win his first ever singles match at the event?
I think that one's a bit of a brain scratcher.
Yeah, because a lot of his matches aren't necessarily prominent.
Yeah, or memorable.
Yeah, you really got to think about that.
Apart from maybe Yokozuna and Mayweather.
Yeah, it wasn't Yokozuna, it was Akibono. He looked a lot like Yokozuna.
Oh, yeah, what am I talking about? Yokozuna.
I think Yokozuna
what the fuck am I talking about?
May have been deceased by that period.
Right, question 15. Question 15, this is the final question in your opening round. What is the longest WrestleMania match in history? What is the longest WrestleMania match in history? Again, we're looking for the match, not the time. Chris Gray.
Martin Peck, who's joining us.
Chris Gray says he was there for that Big Show match. Interesting. Lovely.
Oh, awesome.
Awesome.
We've been to a couple of Manias ourselves as well.
That was... No, I'm not going to give any hints of where that was, but I know where that was.
Yeah, I'm trying my best to not give it.
Yeah, we've been to 3 WrestleManias ourselves. Just a little bit of interesting information. We've been to...
Yeah.
James has been to WrestleMania 29, 31, and 33. And I've been to 31, 33, and 35.
Yeah.
And we're planning to go next year, should all this situation be lifted. Right then, guys. So we're going to paste the questions now into the chat. If you've missed any out, or if you've lost sound or connection or anything with us, we're just going to paste the questions that we've just asked for round 1 into the comments there. If you've missed any, you can answer those now.
They're all in there for you as best I could separate them. Yeah, they actually do look good in the chat there. They're all separated and spaced out, so hopefully you guys can read that all right.
As James will now move on to round number 2.
Yeah, no worries. Before we do that, Chris Gray saying, yeah, he's been to 2 WrestleManias and they're very good, and then saying that tonight will be so weird. Not having 78,000 people. That is absolutely crazy.
Yeah. We'll talk a little bit more about WrestleMania tonight in the break, probably.
Yeah. All right, so let's move on then to round number 2. This is a lot of wrestling fans' favourite match. Pretty much all these questions are going to pertain to the Royal Rumble match, a favourite amongst, pretty much all wrestling fans, I would say. Let's kick off with question number 1. Which is who won the 1999 Royal Rumble? So who won the 1999 Royal Rumble? You've got your WWE Network subscriptions. I hope you've been using them recently. Can't use them now, no cheating, but I hope you've been doing your research.
Just to clear up this round, sorry, should have mentioned it before we started. All these questions are on the Royal Rumble pay-per-views. We're quite aware that there's been a lot of Royal Rumble matches at house shows. Some dark matches have been Royal Rumble matches. They happen in the Indies all the time. There's even been a couple of Royal Rumble matches on Raw and SmackDown. a number of years back. So just to clarify,
Yeah,
this is just the pay-per-view. All these questions relate to the pay-per-view itself.
they're pretty much all Royal Rumble match questions, as far as I know, but they are the matches that were on the pay-per-views, none of the extracurricular Royal Rumble matches.
Okay, question number 2 then, guys. Question 2, how many Royal Rumble appearances does Kane have? So, as of right now, how many Royal Rumble appearances does Kane have? That's in the match, not the pay-per-view.
I'll give you a couple seconds on that one, because Kane has certainly had a lengthy career. Shame we haven't seen Kane in this past Royal Rumble, actually. We'd like to have seen him.
Yeah, interesting bit of trivia. Kane has not been in a Royal Rumble match since 2016.
It's crazy to think, because he's definitely been around at the time and stuff.
Yeah.
And he's always a good person to just put in there, a big man. But yeah. So I'll assume you guys have got that one now. We'll move on to the next question, which is question number 3. Which two superstars? Something dropped, which made me scroll all the way down. Don't worry, that was the start of the correct question. I just missed the rest of it. Which two superstars share the record for the most eliminations in a single Royal Rumble match? So it is actually tied between two superstars, and which two superstars do hold the record for the most eliminations in a Royal Rumble match? Okay.
Okay.
Woo! In the comments, always good. Woo!
Who said woo?
Terry O'Callaghan, our new friend. Woo!
Lovely. Question number 4. What number did AJ Styles debut at in the 2016 Royal Rumble match? Question 4. What number did AJ Styles debut at in the 2016 Royal Rumble match?
It's hard to believe that we've had 4 years of AJ Styles in the WWE. That we have. Going into a big match against Undertaker. Unfortunately, it would have been nice if there was a crowd there. We'll see what they do with this Boneyard match. Is that tonight? Is that one tonight?
Rumor has it it's tonight. I think
they're going to be making last-minute changes right up until the air.
Yeah, I hope it's tonight. I think it will be Taker one night and Cena the other night.
Yeah, that's for the two sort of legend matches. Yeah, because they're definitely splitting up the two big title matches. All right. So let's move on to the next question. Question number 5. Who holds the record for the most times as a runner-up in the Royal Rumble match? So who holds the record for the most times as a runner-up in the Royal Rumble match?
Chris Gray says yes tonight. I'm assuming that's in regards to the Undertaker match. That is he seems to confirm that is tonight. Yeah, I must admit I've not been paying attention to social media today. They have probably put it out what's appearing on what night.
I did see something that said they're threatening to fire any employees who give out spoilers.
I saw that. Vince has straight up said he will fire anyone that leaks anything.
Because things get leaked all the time to people like Dave Meltzer. So it is going to be strange.
Yeah, that is going to be. Imagine like waking up tomorrow and bloody, I don't know, Undertaker is fired.
Yeah, Undertaker and Dave Meltzer rarely share notes. I'm sure.
Tommy says that does make sense. Daniel Fortune is just tuned in. Hello, Dan.
Hey,
lovely
Daniel.
to see you, or not see you. Thanks for joining us on this WWE quiz. Hope you stay. Right, moving on to your next question then. Question number 6, guys. Who did Stone Cold Steve Austin last eliminate to win his 3rd Royal Rumble match? Who did Stone Cold Steve Austin last eliminate to win his third Royal Rumble match?
Yeah, this is a bit of a tricky one because you've got to think which was the third one, and then who was in there with him.
Yeah, if you try and visualize it and try and visualize that classic clip, or all of his classic clips actually, like try and visualize the commentary, like Austin's won the Rumble.
Tommy Digger was saying that John Cena is all elite, and then my brother Andrew comes in with no, he's definitely not. Tommy.
Josh Pugh has just tuned in. What are you doing, Josh? We're halfway through round number 2. Hope you stay, Josh, and play the rest of the quiz. We're on round number 2. I think they're just they're ready for the next question.
Number 7. Yeah, no worries. Question number 7 is: who was the first Royal Rumble winner to win the WWE Championship at that year's WrestleMania? So, who was the first Royal Rumble winner to win the WWE Championship at that year's WrestleMania? This is a bit of a tricky one because now, you've got to think like of the Rumble winners, who has won at WrestleMania and who was the first to do so.
The championship. Yeah, I do really like that question. Right, so let's just catch up with a couple of these comments. Josh Pugh said he forgot he was eating. That's absolutely fine. No problem. We're only joking. Hope you can stay for the rest and join in from round 3. And then Daniel Fortune says, do we type them out? Or so, Dan, if you want to join in, just write them down on a bit of paper. Good old paper and pen, or just write them in your notes on your iPhone or whatever device you've got. You're marking your own ones at the end of round 4. All we ask is please don't put the answers in the comments so we can all enjoy quizzing ourselves here. That's all. Thank you all for tuning in, no matter what time you've tuned in. We're halfway through we're coming towards the end now of round number 2. So I'm going to move on to your next question. Question number 8 in round 2. Questions on the Royal Rumble. How many Royal Rumble matches have been for the WWE Championship? Question 8. How many Royal Rumble matches have been for the WWE Championship?
Yes. Another one to think to as well. Right, so while you guys are working that out, let's have a look at some of these comments then. Daniel Fortune said he actually did nearly type out the answers in the comments. That's fine. He didn't know the rules. That's right. What question was the one on the first person to win a WWE Championship match after winning a Rumble? Yeah, so that basically is the question, Josh. I am going to paste the questions in once the round is done. But the question is, who was the first Royal Rumble winner to actually win the championship, the WWE Championship at WrestleMania? For all time, for all history, starting from the first Rumble in that era to the present, 1988 to the present.
Yeah, sorry, Josh, you missed when we explained that earlier, Josh. You were here on Tuesday, so you know what happened with our connection issues and stuff. We've decided, so we've given James a pair of new headphones that will hopefully sort out the sound, and what we're going to do is we're going to paste the questions into the comments after each round, just in case you've missed any. Which is actually good for you and Dan, who have come in a little bit late. If you scroll up in the comments, actually, you'll see the questions for round 1. If you want to answer those in the break or between questions, they'll be there for you. Right, moving on. Is it my question? No, it's your question.
Is it my question? Yeah, I was just going to give the time on that one. Yeah, no worries. So question number 9 is... Question number 9. Since 2001, who was the first Royal Rumble winner to lose their championship match at WrestleMania? So since 2001, who was the first Royal Rumble winner to lose their championship match at WrestleMania? Another thinker for you guys.
I'm drinking from my souvenir cup from last year's WrestleMania. I still have my souvenir cups from WrestleMania 33 and 31.
Hold on. I have my 33 one. It's worn now.
WrestleMania.
It's worn out.
These things are like $7, man.
Yeah. Yeah, they're expensive. Mine's getting worn out now.
Okay, guys.
Hardly coming from the wash.
Question number 10. This is your final question in the Royal Rumble round. Question 10. What year did Kofi Kingston start his Royal Rumble spots? So his infamous, fun Royal Rumble spots. What year did he start them? When was the first one? So that brings an end to round number 2. So we're just going to paste the questions into the comments now. If you've missed any for round number 2, which was all questions on the Royal Rumble.
They're in there now for you guys.
There they are. They're in the comments there. Chris Gray said he was there last year, won a competition, and sat with Jeff Hardy's wife. Lovely.
Wow. Cam was there last year as well. Obviously not sitting with Jeff Hardy.
No, I was not sitting with Jeff Hardy's wife.
He'd much rather be sitting with Jeff Hardy than Jeff Hardy's wife.
Yeah. Jeff Hardy's my favourite wrestler, for those of you watching who don't know me.
Yeah, Undertaker is my favourite wrestler of all time.
I actually have a Hardy Boys tattoo.
Yeah. That's really cool. I like that tattoo. When he first got it, I thought he was kidding with me.
And I actually showed it to the Hardy Boys when I met them, and they were like, "Whoa, holy shit!" Jeff was like, "Holy shit, that's cool." Okay, moving on to round number 3 then, the general knowledge round. So round number 3, general knowledge, just general WWE knowledge from across the spectrum. Question number 1 in the general knowledge round. Who got their head shaved at Judgment Day 2002? Who got their head shaved at Judgment Day 2002?
All right. Let's go for... Well, we'll give you a couple seconds on that.
Chris Gray, Taker is my all-time favorite. Yep, who can argue with that? Too, yeah. Who can argue with that? I think me as well. Like Jeff Hardy's my favorite wrestler, but I think no one is on the level of the Undertaker, so he kind of doesn't come into
involved.
Yeah.
He's just been involved with so many important things like the streak, and just all of his feuds pretty much have been must-see.
Yeah, he's just the pinnacle now, so it's like he's not worth talking about. Like.
Terry O'Callahan says The Undertaker is his favourite too. We might as well just rename this The Undertaker Fan Club live stream. Right, so we're giving you time on that question there. So let's move on to the next question, which is question number 2. That was who was on the cover of WWE 2K15? So who was on the cover of WWE 2K15? I don't know if any of you guys out there play the WWE games. I haven't played them in a little while, but I do hear that 2K20 is less than favourable amongst some people.
Only the people that bought it online. Mine was fine.
Okay.
And the story was great.
Yeah, I think it is just maybe it's just the online download. So.
Daniel Fortune says, thoughts and worries going into Mania? We have a few. We'll probably talk about those in the break. We're going to have a little break after round 4. And we'll probably talk a little bit about WrestleMania then. And
and I'll see if I can quickly look up a match card for tonight as well while we're going in the break. See if I can...
Right. Are we ready for question number 3? Yeah, let's go for it. Question number 3 in the general knowledge rounds. Here it is. Who is the only person to win a world title in 4 different decades? Who is the only person to win a world title in 4 different decades?
If you've been listening to the commentary, all things I always get brought up. Good time to be listening to Michael Cole. Yeah, I'm wrong.
Andrew McGuinness says Eddie Guerrero is my favourite wrestler. Well,
Jericho.
Andrew was like 4 when Eddie died.
Yeah, his is in retrospect, in fairness, it is. But yeah, I know. What can you do? Eddie was a great wrestler. Translates to a lot of generations. And Jericho is Tommy's favourite wrestler because I think Tommy's always been a fan of all the tomfoolery that Jericho gets up to.
Knowing Tommy, I'm surprised it's not someone from ICW or something.
Yeah, someone from an indie company that he doesn't really want, but he pretends to. That's okay. We all have our moments like that. Right, well, let's get on to the next question then, which is question number 4. Who was the first person to cash in their Money in the Bank contract and lose? So who was the first person to cash in their Money in the Bank contract and lose? Someone had to be the person. Who was it? Good to see a lot of comments in the chat. Everyone talking and having a nice time with each other. That's what we like to see. Hope you guys can enjoy yourselves and take your mind off being quarantined, as it were.
Question 5. What year did Kane first unmask? What year did Kane first unmask?
Another moment that we all remember, we'll never forget. But do you actually know what year that it happened?
Indeed.
Another. I do love Kane. Obviously, I'm an Undertaker fan, so being a Kane fan goes right hand in hand with. Right. So if you guys can remember that, we're going to go on to question number 6. Keeping it in the family. How many times has the Undertaker been buried alive? So how many times has the Undertaker been buried alive? Now you got to think back to all those times.
There you go.
Those matches.
Everyone in the chat seems to be an Undertaker fan. So
apart from Josh, who is a Santino Marella fan.
Oh, aren't we all? Aren't we all?
I love Santino.
I wonder if I've got room to do the Cobra. Ah.
I do love Santino. Bless his heart. And Santina. Both of them.
Yeah, Daniel Fortune's just said, what about Santina? yeah, Santina was fantastic at the Rumble this year.
We saw her recently, didn't we?
Yeah. Question 7 then. Question 7. What was The Rock's first match back after returning in 2011? What was The Rock's first match back after returning in 2011?
I definitely remember being so elated when The Rock actually did come back finally to the arena. Instead of just joining everybody via Skype or whatever it was before, via satellite it was.
Yeah. I think we've actually gone 4 years now without The Rock on TV.
No, he was on the premiere of SmackDown, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah. Of course he was.
Not the most memorable appearance.
Of course he was,
they did what they could with that, but yeah. Him and Baron Corbin had a bit of a moment, and Becky Lynch as well. Yeah, I'm surprised I know that. That's recent WWE. I bet. Yeah. Right, yeah. So, next question, which is question number 8. And that one is, what was CM Punk's last match in the WWE? So what was CM Punk's last match in the WWE? Of course, very sad when we found out that CM Punk wasn't going to be in WWE anymore. But do you remember what match was actually his last one ever in WWE?
Now that we've brought up CM Punk, the comments will be, oh, actually, CM Punk's my favourite wrestler.
Yeah. See, CM Punk was definitely my favourite full-time wrestler towards the end of his career. Undertaker was my favourite of all time. And CM Punk was definitely my favourite guy who was there every week. And yeah, I was very sad when Punk left.
Okay, question number 9 then. There we go. Josh Pugh says just CM Punk is my favourite. Yep. Question.
Well, you can't take Santino back now. No, that's not fair. Question
9. Where is Rey Mysterio from? Question 9. Where is Rey Mysterio from? This is where he's billed as being from on his way to the ring.
Yeah.
Sorry, I must mention we want the city and the state there for 1 point. City and the state.
Yeah, the same way they would announce it as he comes out to the ring. Josh is all caught up now, which is good. That's great to hear, Josh.
Oh, that's cool. So
that's a good thing about pasting the comments in, I think, the questions.
So he's caught up on 1.5 rounds pretty quickly, actually.
Speedy. I think, yeah, that's good then. Right, so let's move on to the next one then. which is question number 10, last question of this round. Whose merch was CM Punk wearing during the infamous pipe bomb promo? So, whose merchandise was CM Punk wearing during the infamous pipe bomb promo where he sat down on the ramp and told a lot of people in WWE to go screw themselves, basically?
Daniel Fortune says he's just finished round 1 as well. Well done for catching up. So quick and
brilliant, guys.
Cracking questions, by the way. Thank you, Dan. Really appreciate that. Yeah, me and James come up with all the questions ourselves. We don't copy them from anywhere. We come up with them all by ourselves over the last couple of days.
Racked our brains. And the questions are now in the comments for you guys. If you did miss any, they're there for you. Much easier than the comedy quiz. That's good, yeah.
Yeah. This one is going to be easier than the comedy quiz because it is just one subject. You're either a fan and you know it, or you're not. So, if we were all fans of Only Fools and Horses, we could have done 85 questions on just Only Fools and Horses.
Yeah. We would like to TV shows. We'd like to see maybe what people want, and I'd be quite happy to do a specific TV show down the road.
Right, so that has ended round 3, the general knowledge round. We're moving on to round number 4 now. Round number 4 is all on tag teams. James, if you want to start them off.
Yeah, no problem at all. So question number 1 is, who did the Usos debut with? So when the Usos debuted, they had a manager. Who was it? It's hard to believe the Usos have been around as long as they have. Now, I think the Usos are definitely in their best form as a tag team.
Yeah, the Usos are great, man.
A lot more charisma than they were initially given credit for.
Yeah, they've got to be the longest running tag team now, the active tag team.
Yeah, they're a team that we just took for granted for so many years. And I always thought they were good. From the moment they did debut, I thought they were good. But I think it was around 2016 when we got this new gimmick with the trainers and the long crowns. Yeah, I think it seems to be exactly who they are.
Yeah. And it's hilarious that they still wander around on TV even today going, lockdown. I just find that really funny.
I love it. Yeah.
Right, question number 2. Question number 2 on the tag team round. What faction were Edge and Christian a part of in the late 90s? So what faction or stable were Edge and Christian a part of in the late 90s?
So this isn't what the name of their specific tag team is. It's what bigger stable were they a part
of? Yeah, admittedly, it's actually quite weird to think of Edge and Christian belonging to a bigger picture, but they did. Didn't have much longevity to it, but it did happen. It was there in the 90s.
Yeah, it was the late 90s. They didn't stick with anything too long. Yeah, Josh Pugh saying that the Usos gimmick is much better now.
Totally.
Okay, so we'll get on to question number 3 then, which is, who walked out of No Way Out 2005 as the WWE Tag Team Champions? That's who walked out of No Way Out 2005 as the WWE Tag Team Champions? Not the most memorable pay-per-view of all time, but props to you if you can remember that undercard match from the show.
Yeah, I suppose if you're answering this question, you just need to think who was active at the time, who was teaming at the time. Josh.
So no, Josh, it's not who walked out of WWE. So who walked out of the pay-per-view, just meaning who won the tag team championships at the pay-per-view. It's just our way of writing it now. No one walked out of WWE at No Way Out 2005. That's it. Just left the show as champions. Didn't end the show, but left the show as champions.
Okay, question number 4. Who did DX defeat to win their first and only WWE Tag Team Championship? Who did DX defeat to win their first and only WWE Tag Team Championship? And we are referring solely to Triple H and Shawn Michaels here.
Yeah. not the New Age Outlaws. Just Triple H and Shawn. It's really hard to believe that they only have had one, but they've only had one. Do you guys know when it was?
Yeah, I think it's easy to remember when it was. A little bit harder to think who they defeated, but
there were a lot of tag teams around at the time.
Again, you just have to think of that time period and who was there, who was teaming.
Okay, so question number 5 is what were the names of the 2 factions that Wade Barrett led? So during his time in WWE, Wade Barrett was the leader of 2 factions. Give us the names of both of them, please. Wade Barrett, another one who's gone. I think, unfortunately, just the way he was booked initially kind of screwed him over the rest of his career.
Yeah.
But Tommy has actually met Wade Barrett, which is cool. I think he's actually met Wade Barrett twice. I think he met him when we were at WrestleMania, and then he also met him in a pub when Wade Barrett was injured back in England as well. So, good for Tommy.
Question 6. I like this question. Question 6. What tag team did Shaniqua manage? What tag team did Shaniqua manage?
And props to you, because not everybody's a weirdo like us and just remembers Shaniqua's career. I think it's just because it was kind of the time we were getting into wrestling. Maybe, but the fact that we remember this is good. That's all. Yeah, what tag team did Shaniqua manage? Serious props. You got to tell us if you got that. When we go through the answers, be honest and tell us if you got that one. We'll move on to question number 7. What did Luke Harper and Eric Rowan change their tag team name to after leaving the Wyatt family? So this is actually after leaving the Wyatt family the second time they did actually go back to Bray Wyatt. And they actually changed their name. So it wasn't the tag name Harper and Rowan, which they've done before. They actually completely basically changed gimmicks and name. So what was the name that Luke Harper and Eric Rowan had after leaving the Wyatt family? A new gimmick. Tommy met Wade Barrett after an Arsenal Champions League game, apparently. Wade Barrett an Arsenal fan?
Wade Barrett was cool, man, when we met him in Orlando.
Yeah, he just seems like a really down-to-earth guy. I don't think any kind of fame that he has really got goes with him. He seems like a normal guy. Maybe he could join us in the stream if he's watching, if he's not.
Question number 8. Rated RKO was formed as a response to which team? So Rated RKO was formed as a response to which team?
Yeah, Rated RKO, which is very important going into this year's WrestleMania. I don't know what night that is. I think that might be Sunday, Edge and Orton. But yeah, that's another match. Unfortunately, obviously would have been a lot better with a crowd. A last man standing match without a crowd. I'm really intrigued to see how they're going to pull that one off. All right, so if you guys have got that one, we're going to move on to the next question, which is question number 9. Who did the New Age Outlaws defeat to win the Tag Team Championships after they returned in 2014? So, who did the New Age Outlaws defeat to win the Tag Team Championships after they returned in 2014? New Age Outlaws return that not a lot of people saw coming, or maybe saw a need for. We were discussing before.
Yeah.
But, I guess you want to give the old guys a bit of a shot at glory if they're going to then just go backstage and become trainers. Maybe give them one last shine.
Okay. Question number 10 then, guys. This is the final question in the tag team round. At what pay-per-view did Team Hell No win the WWE Tag Team Championship? At what pay-per-view did Team Hell No win the WWE Tag Team Championship? And again, we want the pay-per-view and the year, please, for 1 point.
Right, and I'm going to paste those questions in for you guys now to give you a chance to catch up. I guess it's all pasted in for you guys now if you didn't miss any.
Yeah, there might have been.
We'll give you a couple minutes and then we're going to go through the answers for the first three.
Yeah, I think there might have been a couple of lags during round 4 there, so sorry about that if there was, but the questions are there in the comments for you if you did miss any or want to revisit any. Okay, right, so that's it for the first 4 rounds. So we're going to go through your answers now for the first 4 rounds. Then we'll take a little break, only 2 or 3 minutes tops, and then we'll go, we'll bash out the final 4 rounds. Right, so if everyone goes all the way back to round number 1 and question number 1, the WrestleMania round then. Who was The Undertaker's opponent at WrestleMania 22? And the answer was Mark Henry. Mark Henry.
Yeah. And on to question... Switch the camera. That's better. Question number 2 was, what match opened at WrestleMania 33? And the answer to that one is Shane McMahon versus AJ Styles, which we were actually there for. Me, Cam, Tommy, and Josh. For that one.
Great Mania. I still think that, I don't know if it's because I was there live, but I still think that's the best Mania so far. I think
it's the best one I've been to. Yeah, I would say as well. It's the best one out of the 3 I was at, definitely.
Maybe I think it's got to be the Hardy Boys thing that's probably pushed me over to the edge on that one. I just think it was a well structured Mania. That's just my opinion.
I thought Brock and Goldberg was done really well. They finally found a way to do that match where it's not boring. Like they finally figured out if they just smash each other with finishes that people will actually like.
Yeah, sorry, we should be storming through these answers. Sorry. Question number 3, guys. What WrestleMania, excluding tonight's WrestleMania, was the only WrestleMania to not take place on a Sunday evening? And the answer was WrestleMania 2. WrestleMania 2. So well done if you got that one. That one took place on a Monday evening.
Just quickly before question number 4, Tommy says that he actually got the WrestleMania 33 question wrong, which is hilarious because he was there. Right, so on to question number 4 then, which was in the WrestleMania 21 film parodies, which starred the superstars, what film parody was Kurt Angle a part of? And the answer for that one, it was a parody of When Harry Met Sally. When Harry Met Sally. Again,
well done if you got that one. You either remember the parodies as a whole or you don't. I do.
I think WWE did put them up on YouTube recently, so people might have seen them.
Taker's one was brilliant. Batista's, they did Braveheart. Kurt Angle's was great.
The Taxi Driver one. Are you talking to me?
Yeah. And if they're going back to Hollywood next year, who knows? They might do it again. And there's loads more cool new movies that they could do, like Avengers, or they could do anything. Like, it's been 15 years later. So.
See how low budget their attempt at Avengers would look without all the CGI.
Yes, Josh, Mania is tonight. Lol. Brave the parody is my first Mania I bought on DVD. Luke Stevens has got that. Remember it well. The comments are flying in at the minute. Undertaker did one, and I don't remember. Undertaker did one? I don't remember that. Yes, he did do one. Becky Lynch was frozen. Right. Next question. Question number 5 was, what's the shortest WrestleMania match in history? And we wanted the match, not the time. The match was The Rock versus Eric Rowan at WrestleMania 32.
Yeah, which is a match definitely specifically designed to be the shortest match at WrestleMania, because even the ring announcer, like, here's your winner in 6 seconds, The Rock. Yeah, definitely going for a record on that one. I even heard rumors that they were trying to go for something like that this year, but I don't think they ended up getting The Rock to come on the show after all. All right, let's move on to the next one. which was question number 6. Since his first WrestleMania in 1991, which 3 WrestleManias has The Undertaker not wrestled at? The answer to that one was WrestleManias 10, 16, or 2000. So either WrestleMania 16 or 2000, whatever you call it, and 35. So the answer to that one are WrestleMania 10, WrestleMania 16, and WrestleMania 35.
Yeah, Josh Pugh says he thought WrestleMania was tomorrow. Come on, you're a wrestling fan. No, WrestleMania.
Yeah, it's too big for just one night.
It's too shit for just one night this year. So it is tonight and tomorrow. Right, next question. Question 7. What was the last WrestleMania to not feature Brock Lesnar in a championship match? And the answer was WrestleMania 32, when he faced Dean Ambrose in a very underwhelming match, to all accord.
It didn't really seem like they got on with each other too much.
Do we have to get all 3 for a point on Taker's missed matches? Yes. Yeah, all 3 WrestleManias for 1 point.
Yeah, it's a tricky one because I didn't realise really until I looked at WrestleMania 10. I did not know that he missed WrestleMania 10, so I only thought he'd missed 16 and 35. So it's a bit of a tricky one. Right, so then on to the next one, which is question number 8. What was the first WrestleMania that was streamed live on the WWE Network? And the answer to that one is WrestleMania 30 back in 2014. The first WrestleMania that was streamed live on the network.
Question 9. At what WrestleMania did The Rock face John Cena for the second time? And the answer was WrestleMania 29. 29.
Ooh, close the show.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, here's Cam's question that you may have seen him grinning at. So if you guys seen him grinning and then changed your answer because you realised what he was trying to do, props. Because I thought Cam kind of gave it away with his grinning there. All right. The question was, and he gave this to me for me to ask. What year was the 25th anniversary of WrestleMania? Of course, the actual 25th anniversary of WrestleMania would have been in 2010, which is the answer we were looking for. They did call WrestleMania 25 the 25th anniversary of WrestleMania, but that is wrong. So, bit of a tricky one there. So, I really want to know, did you guys say 2010 or 2009?
So, the answer was 2010 was the actual...
Oh, Tommy knew. Tommy said he knew.
So the question was, what year was the 25th anniversary of WrestleMania?
Yeah, we tried to word it so that it wasn't like we were trying to trick you guys. Like, we tried to say, if you saw within our wording, like, you kind of
Daniel Fortune says, yes, well done. Josh Pugh got it right. Yeah, well done.
Good job.
Well done. Question 11 then, guys. At which WrestleMania did John Cena face his tag title partner? So he was tag team champions with someone, and then he faced them at WrestleMania. What WrestleMania was it? It was WrestleMania 23. He faced Shawn Michaels, who he was tag champs with at the time.
It was a great entrance. Do you remember Cena came through in the car?
That was my favourite John Cena entrance. It might even be my favourite entrance at WrestleMania.
It was really, really great. It's just like the budget on to do that. But yeah, that's a great entrance.
Luke Stevens says, got me there. And Daniel Fortune says, cracking match. Yeah, good match. Good main event.
Yeah, absolutely one of Cena's best Mania matches of all time, definitely. Right, let's go on to the next one, which is, as we're coming back to the actual WrestleMania that was WrestleMania 25, that they tried to do the 25th anniversary of WrestleMania. So what was the main event of that show, WrestleMania 25? You'd hope it was The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels, but unfortunately Triple H and Randy Orton had to trot on out there afterwards, and unfortunately the crowd just they weren't feeling it as much as they were feeling Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. So Triple H and Randy Orton is the answer to that one.
Question 13. Which 3 WrestleManias did The Rock and Austin go one-on-one at? And the answer was WrestleManias 15, 17, and 19. Again, all 3 for 1 point.
Yeah. Okay, question number 14. Who did the Big Show defeat at WrestleMania to win his first ever singles match at the event? And the answer to that one is Cody Rhodes. He beat Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 28 28, and I believe that was to win the Intercontinental Championship as well.
Yeah, so Big Show unbelievably went 12 years before he won a singles match at WrestleMania. Yeah. He won a couple of tag team matches earlier on, but one-on-one, he was quite a big loser, actually, until he beat Cody Rhodes. Question...
Luke Stevens said he got 2 out of 3 there. Fortunately, you need all 3 for the point. Luke,
2 out of 3. Question 15. What is the longest WrestleMania match in history? Again, we wanted the match, not the time, and the answer was Bret Hart versus Shawn Michaels. WrestleMania 12, the Iron Man match. So if you got that one wrong, obviously you'll be going, oh, of course it was Iron Man.
Nothing has come close time-wise to that. I think maybe some Undertaker matches, including entrances, have gone for that one. So let's paste all those answers then for you guys.
Yeah, we'll paste the answers in the comments for you as well, just in case we lagged or went silent or anything, or you missed any. So the answers will now be in there for round 1.
Yeah.
Round number 2 then, Royal Rumble round.
Yes, let's do it.
Daniel Fortune says he got 11 out of 15 so far. That's a great, a great score. Great score, well done.
That is really good, yeah.
Josh Pugh said he put end of an era for the longest match. That's because he doesn't go. Josh doesn't go further back than 2011. So
to be honest, that Hell in a Cell match was very long, but I think what made that feel a lot longer was, of course, Undertaker and Triple H doing the entrance.
Yeah, Luke got 9. Not bad at all. Josh Pugh got 10. Yeah, we'll get an update on your scores after. We'll do it out of 45 when we've done the next 3 rounds of answers for you. Go on, James.
No worries. So let's go for round number 2, Royal Rumble. Question number 1 was, who won the 1999 Royal Rumble? The answer to that one is the boss, Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Vince McMahon.
Right. I must ask this to all of you. Does anybody watching remember Vince McMahon winning the title at the 1999 Royal Rumble? Because me and James both really thought he did.
Yeah.
And then some weird Mandela effect shit must be going on because he didn't. He didn't win the title.
Even though, I always knew that Rock and Mankind had that I Quit match, but for some reason I never associated that with the WWF title. But
yeah,
it's so strange. I really thought Vince won the title at that specific pay-per-view.
Yeah, so please comment if you have any thoughts on him winning the 1999 Royal Rumble and it being for the championship. Very, very strange. Daniel Fortune says yes. Right, question number 2 in the Royal Rumble round. How many Royal Rumble appearances does Kane have to date? And the answer is 19. 19 Royal Rumble matches Kane has appeared in. Last one being in 2016.
Yeah. So we were hoping maybe he'd make 20 this year in 2020. That would have made sense. But now, unfortunately, he had mayoral duties to attend to.
Yeah, Daniel Fortune has got the exact same memory I have, which is I'm sure I remember him having the belt put on him as he has his hands raised with that smug look on his face.
Yeah, I remember that. That is, dude. We've skipped universes, man.
Yeah.
We moved to a different universe. Nice.
Tommy says I remember Vince winning it at a SmackDown. Tommy's actually correct. Vince did win the WWE title, but not until later in '99 at a SmackDown. Yeah.
Tommy comes from the other universe.
But it's crazy. We must be thinking of the ECW title. When he won the ECW title, it was strapped on him. We must be thinking of that. But that's so strange. Some Mandela effect shit. All right, next question. Oh, sorry, it's you.
Yeah. Question number 3 was, which 2 superstars share the record for the most eliminations in a single Royal Rumble? You have to be keeping up to date on your wrestling because this record was updated this year, 2020. The answer is that Brock Lesnar and Braun Strowman both share the record. Brock Lesnar doing it in this year's Royal Rumble and Braun Strowman doing it in the greatest Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia back in 2018. Now, I know we're not including facts from that match, but we do count that because they put that as the record. We do have to count Brock Lesnar and Braun Strowman as tying that record. But we don't include anything else from that match.
Question 4. What number did AJ Styles debut at in the 2016 Royal Rumble match? And it was number 3. He came in at number 3. Well done if you got that one.
Yeah. Question number 4.
5.
Oh, 5. Sorry. Question number 5, because I keep skipping pages. Who holds the record for the most times as a runner-up in the Royal Rumble match? And if you've been watching Rumbles live the past couple of years and been sitting there kind of in frustration at the same thing, yes, the answer is the big dog, Roman Reigns. A total of 4 times as the runner-up. So Roman Reigns is the answer there.
Nothing will ever be worse than number 30 at the 2017. Who is it? Is it Samoa Joe? Is it Finn Balor? Done it. Had a title match earlier in the card as well.
It's just hilarious because I don't know how Vince doesn't understand that that's going to make us angrier. Like you should just have him start or something.
Yeah.
I think if you want him in there, fine.
All right, question 6. Who did Stone Cold Steve Austin last eliminate to win his 3rd Royal Rumble match? So back in 2001 was when he won his 3rd Royal Rumble. Who did he eliminate? It was Kane. Kane was the runner-up there.
Yeah. Yeah, that infamous scene, they've replayed it a million times. Kane was the last one thrown out there. And that was also the Rumble where Kane had the most eliminations for the longest time as well. With 11. Right, let's move on to the next one, which was who was the first Royal Rumble winner to win the WWE Championship at that year's Wrestlemania? So props to you guys for this one, because you had to kind of think. The answer is Hulk Hogan in 1991. Now, I don't think they were doing the Royal Rumble specifically to get a title shot at Mania, but it just so happened that Hulk Hogan won the Rumble and then went on to beat Sergeant Slaughter for the championship at WrestleMania 7. So the answer there, Hulk Hogan. Props to you, super fans who got that one.
Yeah, that was a coincidental happening there. The Royal Rumble was not for the title, not for the title opportunity. Okay.
All right.
Question number 8. How many Royal Rumble matches have been for the WWE Championship? Again, when we wrote this question, we were like, oh, of course, 1999. Only 2, so the answer is 2. Only 2 Royal Rumble matches have been for the WWE title, 1992 and 2016. You don't need to tell us the years, just 2. If you got the answer 2, that's correct.
Okay, and question number 9 was, since 2001, who was the first Royal Rumble winner to lose their championship match at WrestleMania? And the answer to that one is John Cena back in 2008, despite returning months early. He opted to get his title shot in No Way Out against Randy Orton. There was some tomfoolery there, and there was a triple threat at WrestleMania, which Randy Orton then won. So John Cena did not get the championship after winning in 2008.
Number 10, final question in the Royal Rumble round. What year did Kofi Kingston start his Royal Rumble spots? And the answer was 2012. 2012 was the first time Kofi did it. John Morrison did a similar kind of spot earlier on, I think 2010, but it was just a one-off. But Kofi Kingston specifically started his spots in 2012. All right, we'll just paste the answers in the comments now for round 2. There they are. They should be in there now.
Yeah.
Just in case you missed any, and we'll move on to round number 3. Round number 3 was the general knowledge round. And the first question was, who got their head shaved at Judgment Day 2002? Who got their head shaved at Judgment Day 2002? The answer was Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle got his head shaved at Judgment Day.
Yeah. So then on to question number 2. Was who was on the cover of WWE 2K15? And the answer to that one is good old John Cena. John Cena on the cover of 2K15.
Question 3. Who is the only person to win a world title in 4 different decades? And the answer was Goldberg. Yes, Goldberg. Sounds like a difficult question until you just think, oh, I only need to think who won the title in 2020. Goldberg has won a title in the 90s, the noughties, and the teenies, and now the 20s.
So strange to think, because after Goldberg left in 2004, I don't think we ever thought we were going to see him again. And now that he has 2 more title reigns to his name since retirement. Right, so on to the next one, which was question number 4. And that was, who was the first person to cash their Money in the Bank contract in and lose? The answer to that one is good old Johnny Boy, John Cena. Once again, makes the cut there for the questions. We're not highlighting John Cena's greatest moments here.
No, yeah. Big match, John, yeah.
Someone had to lose, and I think that was the right choice at the time, because it definitely did not hurt John Cena's career at all.
No, but it hurt Damien Sandow. But he shouldn't have won, really, at that time. He was fantastic. No. Damien Sandow was fucking incredible.
I think that they gave him the Money in the Bank as a response to being over, but then they realised that they only kind of had a year to then put the belt on him, and they decided, no, we're just not going to do that.
Yeah. Question 5 was, what year did Kane first unmask? The answer was 2003. Very legendary clip that was.
Just hold on a second, Cal. I think you dropped out there for a sec.
Yeah, there was a little bit of freezing there. So if you missed that was 2003. What year did Kane first unmask? 2003.
That's right, yeah. And then question number 6 was, how many times has The Undertaker been buried alive? The answer to that one is 3. There's been a total of 5 buried alive matches that he's competed in. He managed to win 2 of them, but unfortunately lost 3 of them.
Yeah. Again,
of course, that great buried alive match in 2010, where the Nexus interfered and screwed over the Undertaker, and Undertaker comes back and does nothing.
Yeah, no, yeah. What does everyone think about tonight's Undertaker match? Do you think that's just a PG version of the buried alive match, or do you think it? Well, we know it's taking place actually in a cemetery, so that already makes it different. But to me, it sounds like a buried alive match in a cemetery. Would love to know your thoughts on that one. If anyone's got any inside info on tonight's Undertaker match, very interesting. Hope he's going to be badass. His Raw promo was great this week. Question 7, guys. What was The Rock's first match back after returning in 2011? And the answer was The Rock and John Cena versus The Awesome Truth at Survivor Series 2011. So well done if you got that one and didn't say The Rock versus John Cena.
And as you may have guessed, The Awesome Truth is the Miz and R-Truth, because that was definitely the era of just combining the 2 names to make a new name. For a tag team.
Josh P says he thinks it will be the best match of the whole weekend. Interesting.
Undertaker and AJ.
I think it'll be Edge and Randy Orton, to be honest. But I think the Taker match interests me most out of every other match on the card. I think that match interests me the most because we don't know.
They can definitely play Taker's match like a kind of gritty horror, almost a horror type movie. The way they shoot it, they can really use Undertaker's supernaturalness or whatever they're going to do to have a lot of stuff go on outside the ring. So let's move on to the next one then, which was question number 8. What was CM Punk's last match in the WWE? And that was the Royal Rumble match, the 2014 Royal Rumble match, to be more specific. That was the last time we saw CM Punk. He was eliminated by Corporate Kane.
Yeah. Question number 9. Where is Rey Mysterio from? So where is he billed from residing? And that is San Diego, California. So we wanted the city and the state there for 1 point. It's San Diego, California.
Yeah. Question number 10 was, whose merch was CM Punk wearing during the infamous pipe bomb promo? The answer to that one was he was wearing a Stone Cold Steve Austin's merchandise, which is fine to get the point. More specifically, a t-shirt, but yeah, Stone Cold Steve Austin's merchandise is what he was wearing. We're going straight ahead then to round number 4. Let me just paste the answers in from round number 3. There we go, they're in there now for you guys. So let's go on to round number 4, which was the tag teams round. And question number 1 was, who did the Usos debut with? And the answer to that one was Tamina. Tamina. Best entrance theme in history.
Terrible.
Tamina.
Number 2. What faction or stable were Edge and Christian a part of in the late 90s? And the answer was The Brood. That's The Brood with Gangrel.
Yeah, the Hardys actually ended up being in The Brood as well before it was all said and done after that. And question number 3 was, who walked out of No Way Out 2005, and no worries, Josh, not actually walked out of WWE, but who just walked out of the No Way Out 2005 pay-per-view as the WWE Tag Team Champions? And the answer is Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio. So I'm expecting my brother Andrew, who says Eddie's his favorite wrestler, to remember Eddie's tag team title victory, right?
Yeah, great tag team. Great year for Eddie and Ray, 2005, until Eddie died, unfortunately.
Yeah. The feud was really well done, and it was kind of a touchy subject with the adoption and everything, but I really thought Eddie Guerrero's acting and really just brought it home.
Oh, you froze a little bit there. But yeah, their match, the friendly match they had at WrestleMania 21 was amazing, and it opened the show. I loved that match. Question 4 then, guys. Who did DX defeat to win their first and only WWE Tag Team Championship? Remember, we're referring to Triple H and Shawn Michaels specifically, and the answer was Big Show and Chris Jericho. Good old Jericho they defeated to win their first and only tag titles.
That'll be one of the best entrance mashup tag team themes there, hasn't it? the Jericho theme song, just a mashup of Big Show and Jericho's songs. All right, then on to question number 5, which was, what were the names of the 2 factions that Wade Barrett led? The answers are, of course, the Nexus and the Core. The Nexus and the Core. Don't blame you if you don't remember the Core, but props if you do.
Question 6. Would love to know if you got this one right. What tag team did Shaniqua manage? And the answer was the Basham Brothers. If you remember those, they were kind of gimps, I guess. They were like sex slaves to Shaniqua.
Yeah, they were. That was the gimmick. She was the dominatrix, and they were 2 twins.
Yeah, the Basham Brothers.
As a kid, obviously, me and Cam were obviously the same age at the time. Completely went over our head then.
Oh yeah, we were like 9, 10 years old.
I just thought they were weird. We just thought they were weirdos. Yeah.
Next question.
All right. Yeah. Next question was, what did Luke Harper and Eric Rowan change their tag team name to after leaving the Wyatt family? And the answer to that one is the Bludgeon Brothers, a very short-lived team in WWE, the Bludgeon Brothers.
We had So Luke Stevens has said, yes, he got the Shaniqua question. Well done.
Oh, wow.
Well done.
Wow.
And then Daniel Fortune has asked, did Wade Barrett not lead the League of Nations? No, he didn't. The League of Nations didn't really have a leader. They were all...
I think they were equal.
Yeah, Del Rio.
That's what I thought of when...
Yeah.
I wouldn't say there was specifically a leader. Yeah, back then.
No.
Especially because Sheamus was the world champion. So
we might have subconsciously put that label on Barrett just because of how we've seen him, but officially, no. Next question, number 8. Rated RKO was formed as a response to which team? The answer was DX, Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Good
old, another short-lived feud, but yeah, DX and Rated RKO. I remember really liking that back in the day. Question number 9 was, who did the New Age Outlaws defeat to win the Tag Team Championship after returning in 2014? Now this is a tricky one because it was not incredibly memorable, but the answer was Goldust and Cody Rhodes. So props to you guys. Goldust and Cody Rhodes was the answer there.
Question 10. At what pay-per-view did Team Hell No win the WWE Tag Team Championship? And the answer was Night of Champions 2012. We wanted the pay-per-view and the year for the point on that one. Night of Champions 2012. Right, so we're just going to paste the answers in for round 4.
Yep, they're pasted in for you.
Cool. Right, guys, we're going to take a very, very short break now. Just enough for you to go and have a wee, or if you need to grab a quick drink of water or anything. Just a couple minutes to take a breather. In the meantime, please comment your scores. So out of 45 now, what's it looking like for you guys? Please comment your scores out of 45 so far. We'll read a couple of the comments
It seems
out.
Penny Wilson has found her way into the chat.
Yeah, I thought she would at some point.
He's a big Roman Reigns fan.
Daniel Fortune said, Eddie made an awful story on paper, seems so captivating. I think that's the adoption thing. Yeah, absolutely.
It's a crazy angle, and if you pick two wrestlers that had no acting skill or chemistry, it would have been a terrible, awful angle, but it wasn't.
People are saying Sami Zayn and Daniel Bryan should be an amazing match tonight or Sunday, whenever it is.
Yeah, and that should have a crowd as well, because they are two really good.
Yeah, that's going to be a strong wrestling match for sure.
Yeah.
Penny Wilson says Roman Reigns is the best.
and that he's the big dog right after that. Josh Pugh said he loved Cody Rhodes and Goldust together. Yes, I did think they were a good team over in WWE.
Yeah, they were.
Some of the stuff they've done in AEW hasn't been bad either. Good stuff.
Josh Pugh says 25 points so far out of 45. Not bad.
Daniel Fortune's got 32. Cameron Sinclair's
not bad.
Got 30. Logan Swallow's got 25. Hello, Logan. You saw you in the middle. But yeah, welcome, guys. Terry O'Callahan, 20 out of 45. No worries.
That's fine. These are good scores. Stephen Ross says 22. Luke Stevens says 27. So at the minute, Tommy
18 out of... Come on, Tommy. All we do is talk about wrestling when we hang out together. Come on.
Yeah, I'd say any score over 20 at this point is good. It is. That's good for these type of questions.
Yeah, no, honestly, guys, the questions were picked out to be difficult because we've seen trivia questions. Yeah. They can be easy. We really wanted to give you guys...
Yeah.
We didn't want to screw you guys over and give you something that wasn't memorable, but we also wanted to... We want you to think for a second, not just the average questions you get in every...
Yeah, we didn't want to come on here and be like, who is The Undertaker's brother? So, and these are super fan questions. So, anything over 20 is good. Josh
35 for Andrew. Well done.
Josh Pugh with 25, considering he's only been a fan since 2011, that's actually really good.
Well, I kind of thought on like the pre-2011 questions that you might have been a bit stuck, but you've been watching the network over the years, I guess.
Penny says, any Revival questions? Yes. Who did the Revival beat to win their first tag titles?
Yes, what are the Revival doing right now? Just staring at their WWE contracts, hoping to find a loophole to get out. That's what they're doing.
Okay, so we'll start again in 1 minute's time. We'll just take a quick minute. What's everyone thinking about Mania tonight then? I know there was a couple of comments earlier about opinions on who's going to be the most interesting match, best match and stuff, but just generally, I don't know what I'm thinking. Like, I guess it's a shame. Ultimately, it's a shame that it has to go down the way it's going down.
I do quickly have a what should be night one. According to Wrestling Inc., I can go through what matches are supposed to be tonight. You don't know. So we need to have a look through some of the matches. I'll go through some of the big ones. So Brock Lesnar and unless we just put them all on one point. There's a lot of matches. No, they have. Yeah. Wrestling Inc. doesn't even know what's what. They've just put all the matches down. I guess we don't know what's on night one then.
Yeah. So ultimately, I think it's a shame that it has to happen this way. I do think it could have been postponed. I do think there's been a little bit of stubbornness. But we don't know the ins and outs. We don't know how hard it would have been to get John Cena if they moved it to June or whatever. Ultimately, I think a few of us will feel bad. Me and Josh especially, we feel bad for people like Drew McIntyre, who should have a huge victory tonight with no fans there. Wouldn't surprise me at all if now Lesnar won, so that Drew could have that moment later when there's a crowd there. Edge had to have a comeback match with no audience is a shame. Yeah, so it's just a shame because the card is actually really good. Although
Yeah.
they've thrown some shit on there to fill out 2 nights now. Like, there's no way Otis and Dolph Ziggler were ever going to be on WrestleMania. There's no way. But they are now.
I think, yeah, it's a case of that this WrestleMania card is actually pretty good. This is going to be the forgotten WrestleMania. We're probably going to see documentaries about this in like 10, 20 years' time. It's going to be the strangest WrestleMania of all time.
Yeah. I'm not sure how much I care for this Firefly Funhouse match. If it had just been a regular singles match, I think that would have been great. I will say, what went down on SmackDown last night was fucking incredible.
Okay, I've not seen that yet, so I'm going to watch that after.
The John Cena stuff. John Cena was just on it with his promo again. Yeah. Passionate, gives you goosebumps. Even with no audience there, he was fantastic last night. And what I did like is that they're starting to actually take advantage of the crowd not being there, and they're filming things like a movie so they can do cuts and stuff because it's not live. Yeah. They are doing things that they can't normally do, so they are being a little bit innovative right now.
So if guys want to give us a yes then, if you're ready to come in for round number 5, we're going to get the second half of this underway for you guys. So give us a yes if you're ready to go.
Daniel Fortune says, I want a WWE 24 of this year's WrestleMania.
See, they'll do one because around a year from now, by Royal Rumble, this could be a distant memory that we can look back on, and we shouldn't laugh, but we will look back on this as a very weird time in history. So I think we will see a 24 on it, as much as, of course it's going to be real.
Luke Stevens says, SmackDown promo was the best this year so far. Yeah. Cena was amazing last night.
We'll check that out after the show, definitely.
Yes. We were born ready. Right then. Right, we're on round number 5 then, guys. Round number 5. Round number 5 is all about firsts. So first time evers, this, that, and the other. So question number 1. Who was the first WWE champion? Who was the first WWE champion?
First ever WWE champion, guys, goes all the way back. So props to you guys if you know this one. This is a good little history one because it doesn't even really get brought up on TV a lot. So you really have to do your research on this one.
Nope.
I'm going to get the camera angles back right now. Switch back. What, sir? What's going on?
Penny Wilson says Finn. That's how new she is. Good answer.
Well, Penny also had a good one earlier. She said, let's hope Daniel Bryan's ball sack doesn't hang out tonight.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember, not seeing it straight away, but then hearing like, that's got to be the worst thing.
Josh Pugh says WWE champ or WWF champ. So we're looking for the first.
Yeah,
we know the title. We know the title has been called a couple different things over the years. We're looking for the first ever crowned champion.
Yeah, don't quote me on this, but I believe it was the WWF championship. But whatever the belt is called now, that's what we're looking for. Right. So let's go to question number 2, or round number 5, is who competed in the first ever Hell in a Cell match? So who competed in the first ever Hell in a Cell match? A lot of Hell in a Cells. Hard to believe that there was a first one. But everything has a first. So Tommy's going, so first champ when they took the F out? No, Tommy, it's
just
it's the WWE Championship. We know it's been called other companies, but I mean the WWE Championship still has the lineage. So yes, all the way back
in the 60s. In the 60s.
Yes, in the 60s. There you go. We'll give you a clue. I'm sure most of you knew it would have to be around that time anyway. But yes, it was the 60s.
Question 3: Who was the first Intercontinental Champion? Question 3: Who was the first Intercontinental Champion?
Okay, another one that goes way back. So, let's see if you guys know your WWE knowledge on that one. Question number 3 then. No, not 3. Question number 4. Who was the first ever Universal Champion? So who was the first ever Universal Champion? Well, it's been around for a few years now, but do you guys remember who the first ever champion was?
Josh said, "Is that before they took the F out?" Hilarious. Right, question 5.
Okay.
Question 5, guys. At what pay-per-view was the first ever Elimination Chamber match? At what pay-per-view was the first ever Elimination Chamber match? And again, we want the pay-per-view and the year for 1 point, please.
Yeah. SmackDown tag match has been changed according to Logan Swallow. It's now John Morrison versus Kofi versus Jimmy Uso in a triple threat ladder match. So
Yeah.
No tag match. Or is it still going to be for the tag titles?
Yeah, it's for the tag titles. It's because The Miz was ill and didn't film his match.
Which led to Roman Reigns not filming his match. Okay, so then let's go to question number 6. Who won the first ever TLC Tables, Ladders and Chairs match? Who won the first ever Tables, Ladders and Chairs match? This is quarantine, yes.
Luke Stevens watched the first ever Elimination Chamber match earlier today. Lucky.
I love that when you do a quiz and you've just watched something
yeah. Awesome. Right, question number 7. This is a toughie. Who competed in the first ever I Quit match in WWE? So it is going back a little bit. Who competed in the first ever I Quit match in WWE?
Another thinker.
I will give you a hint, Tommy. It was before they took the F out.
Can Tommy just comment that for every question now? Is that before they took the F? Please, Tommy, I'll give you points. We'll give you bonus points if you just put that for everything. Luke Stevens says, "Watch me get it wrong." If you just watched it today, you shouldn't get it wrong. Right. Okay, question number 8 then was, what type of match was the first ever WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match? So what type of match was the first ever WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match? Tommy, that was after they took the F out. Oh, bugger off. Nice. Thanks for keeping it clean, Tommy.
Question 9. Great question for you guys. Who was the first name on the list of Jericho?
Yeah.
Who was the first name on the list of Jericho?
List of Jericho, definitely one of Chris Jericho's best iterations in the WWE, but do you guys know who the first one on the list was? As we move on now to question number 10, who was the first member of the Kiss My Ass Club? So who was the first member of Vince McMahon's Kiss My Ass Club? That goes a little bit back too, so let's see if you guys can remember that one.
Okay, so that was the last question in round number 5. So we'll just paste the questions for round 5 in the comments for you in case you missed any.
They're in there now for you guys.
And then James will move us on to round number 6.
Yes, round number 6 is the women's round. This is all about the women of the WWE. So if you are a fan of the women's evolution, this one should be easy for you guys. Question number 1 then. is who was the first ever women's Royal Rumble match runner-up? So not looking for the first winner, but who was the runner-up in the first ever women's Royal Rumble match?
Question 2. Which former women's champion faced Vince McMahon at No Mercy 2003? Got to rack your brains for this one a little bit. Which former women's champion faced Vince McMahon at No Mercy 2003?
Okay. So let's go on to question number. Okay. Lost my place here. Question number 3. I don't know why I thought it was on 4. Question number 3 was. Oh my god! Sorry guys, things keep falling. Question number 3: Who won the first ever women's Hell in a Cell match? So who won the first ever women's Hell in a Cell match? I think that's been the only women's Hell in a Cell match as well.
Question 4: Who was the first ever Divas champion? Who was the first ever Divas champion?
The Divas Championship, something that came and went. I think. Well, actually, it did have a fairly good run. So I wonder if you guys can remember who the first ever one was. Then. Such a good Hell in a Cell match. Yes, it was. Yes, it was a great Hell in a Cell match. So, but do you know who won?
Yes, obviously.
Well, I don't know. I'm trying to keep it. Not much we can say until we start talking about the names. All right, so let's move on then to question number 5. Who defeated Eve Torres in her last match to win the Divas Championship? So who defeated Eve Torres in her last match to win the Divas Championship? Josh can remember, well, that's good. Give you a couple of seconds to get that one.
Question 6. Who defeated Sasha Banks and Bayley to end their reign as the first ever women's tag team champions? Who defeated Sasha Banks and Bayley to end their reign as the first ever women's tag team champions?
Talking about the women's tag team championships the other day with Cam, and it's just it seems like it's something that's a really good idea, but I don't think it's fully fleshed out. There are not enough female tag teams really to make a division out of it yet. So it'll be interesting to see what they do in the future with that. But let's move on to question number 7. Who began dating Randy Orton on screen in early 2005? So which WWE diva at the time began dating Randy Orton on screen in early 2005?
Okay, question number 8. Who is the only woman to win the Intercontinental Championship? Who is the only woman to win the Intercontinental Championship?
I think that's one of those ones, if you know, you know. I don't think you can really guess if you don't know. So,
I think you could guess.
see if you go. Yeah. I guess you have to, because we don't say when it was. That's anything like you have to think of
Yeah.
it. All right. So let's go then to question number 9. Which Bella twin won the Divas Championship first? So both Brie and Nikki have been the Divas champion, but which one of them won it first?
There you go. Nice little 50-50 question for you.
Yeah, there's your 50-50. You need to talk to Chris Tarrant about that one. He gave you a 50-50 on that. Tommy says, I imagine there could only be one good guess.
Okay. Right, question number 10 then, guys. Final question in the women's round. Which women's champion vacated the title due to retirement? Which women's champion vacated the title due to retirement?
They've been pasted, questions have been pasted in there for you guys.
Great.
So we'll give you a couple of seconds to catch up if you did miss any questions. And then we'll kick off with round 7, which is all about 50-50 because it's the true or false round. So you've got a 50-50 shot on every question.
Yep, round 7, true or false. We're going to give you a statement for each one, and you just tell us, is it true or is it false? Question number 1, if we're ready. Yeah, I think I've had enough time. Question number 1 on the true or false round. John Cena has never tapped out. True or false? John Cena has never tapped out.
Does John Cena indeed stick to that never give up mantra that he goes around saying, or is he a big phony? As we move on to question number 2, Scott Steiner won the 2004 King of the Ring. Is that true or false? Scott Steiner won the 2004 King of the Ring.
Number 3, Edge lost the WWE Championship and won the World Heavyweight Championship at No Way Out 2009. Edge lost the WWE title and won the World Heavyweight title at No Way Out 2009. Is that true or false? I'm struggling not to giggle at some of these true or false questions because you have to visualize the false ones and it's hilarious.
I know which one in specific you're visualizing and laughing at, but obviously I can't say. Question number 4. Back in 2005, The Undertaker actually pitched for Randy Orton to end his WrestleMania streak. So we are kind of going behind the scenes on this one, guys. Is it true or false that back in 2005, The Undertaker actually pitched for Randy Orton to end his WrestleMania streak? I think that's one of the only behind the scenes type things that we've got there, but
Okay.
do you know? Have you heard?
Because these are true or false, we can just race through these ones, guys. So, question number 5.
5.
Question 5. At Survivor Series 2001, Chris Jericho defeated The Rock and Stone Cold in the same night to win his first world title. At Survivor Series 2001, Chris Jericho defeated The Rock and Stone Cold in the same night to win his first world title.
And question number 6. Is it true or false that all 4 members of the McMahon family have been champions? So is it true or false that all 4 members of the McMahon family have been champions?
Question 7. Randy Orton is the youngest world heavyweight champion, but he is also the youngest intercontinental champion. Is that true or false? Randy Orton is the youngest world heavyweight champion. Is he also the youngest intercontinental champion?
Everybody's up on all their Randy Orton trivia for that one. And question number 8. Is it true or false that Edge has only won one Money in the Bank ladder match? So Edge has only won one Money in the Bank ladder match. Is that true or false?
Haven't heard anything from Dan Fortune in a while. Are you still with us, Dan?
Josh Pugh's just spewing facts to Tommy in the comments.
Question number 9. Question 9. The Miz has the record for most cumulative days as a tag team champion. So out of everybody else, he has spent the most days as a tag team champion. The Miz. Is that true or false?
And that would be all of his reigns combined. All of the tag team title reigns combined.
Yeah.
Yep. So is that true or false, guys? The next one then, the last one of the true or false round is question number 10. Ric Flair had a fight with a fellow Evolution teammate on Raw, even though he had been retired for a year. So even though Ric Flair had been retired for a year, he had a fight with a fellow Evolution teammate on Raw. Is that true or false? And I'm going to paste all these questions for you. There we go. All the true or false questions are now in the chat for you guys. So we'll give you a couple of seconds again to catch up on that one. Then to round number 8, which is all about champions and championships. So this is for all you belt nerds. Love your history of your championships. This is the round for you. I think we'll all be ready to go now. So let's kick it off with question number 1 in the champions and championships round. And that question is, what championship did Christian win in his in-ring pay-per-view debut? So what championship did Christian win in his in-ring pay-per-view debut?
Quite a lot of active titles at the time on that question.
Yes, there were.
I'm just trying to do some mental math and think, was there as many as there is now, excluding NXT, obviously? There seems to feel like quite a lot.
I think there were more singles championships than there are now on the main roster. Although with the brand split, maybe not.
Yeah. Question 2 in your final round. How old was Brock Lesnar when he won his first WWE Championship? How old was Brock Lesnar when he won his first WWE Championship? It's quite well known. It's not like asking how old was Great Khali when he won his first world title. This actually matters.
It's something that matters. It is something that had been touted on commentary a lot, especially around the time. So yeah, do you actually know how old he was? All right. So question number 3 is, who was the 50th ever WWE champion? So who gets to celebrate that they were the 50th WWE champion?
The comments have gone a bit dry. Is everyone still there?
Yeah, that's what I keep looking to see if there's anything to respond to. But it's one of those things you don't want to give away too much.
Yeah.
The questions, we can kind of talk about it when we talk about the answers.
Yeah.
Accidentally give spoilers.
Question 4. Who was the first ever 24/7 champion? So, very recent one. Who was the first ever 24/7 champion?
We only have to have been watching for a couple of months to get that one, but the title has changed hands a ridiculous amount of times. But do you remember who actually had it first? Let's have a look at some of the comments. Josh Pugh's still here. That's good, thank you. I suppose everyone is concentrating. That's good.
That's good.
Thinking very hard, Terry Calhoun says. That's good. So maybe we've just got them silent because we've actually got them thinking. So I'll take that.
Good, yeah. I believe, I think the last I heard, I think R-Truth is a 36-time champion, 24/7.
Didn't he just win it back recently?
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
ridiculous. I think it's the same as what happened with the hard.
I'm not going to read Josh Pugh's rude comment. Luke Stevens says, "Know that one, thank God."
All right, cool. Yeah, that was a recent one for you guys.
24/7.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, let's go to the next one, which was question number 5. In what city did AJ Styles win his second WWE Championship? So, in what city did AJ Styles win his second WWE Championship?
Question 6. Which WWE... I'll start that again. Which WWE legend...
We're live, pal.
Which WWE legend unveiled the current Women's Championship at WrestleMania 32? So question 6. Which WWE legend unveiled the current Women's Championship at WrestleMania 32? Well, one of the current Women's Championships.
Yeah, before it was all brand split again. All right, let's go on then to the next one. Question number 7. Who did Chris Jericho pin to win his last World Heavyweight Championship? So pin to win his last World Heavyweight Championship.
Can you just read that one more time? Because I think you froze there.
Yeah, that's no problem. Who did Chris Jericho pin to win his last World Heavyweight Championship? So once again, that's who did Chris Jericho pin to win his last World Heavyweight Championship. Of course, I'm talking about the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Not any other company.
That we shall not mention.
No, we've already had some elite mentions.
Okay. Question number 8. We're going to give you a little bit of extra time on this one because you might need to work it out. Question 8. Including the current title holder, name the last 5 Intercontinental Champions. So question 8. Including the current title holder, name the last 5 Intercontinental Champions. Well done to anyone if they get all 5. Yes, it is all 5 for 1 point before you ask.
Yeah.
It is all 5.
It's one of those ones, yeah, and we're coming towards the end of the quiz. I want to give you guys some memorable questions. It's a thinker. I don't know if I could get it without having done the research.
No, I could have got 4, I think.
Yeah.
Without Googling, I think I would have got 4.
Right.
Just to be clear, different people as well. They need to be different people.
Yeah, the comments are silent because, yeah, we've definitely got them thinking.
You got them thinking on that one, yeah.
All right. Well, we'll slowly move on then to the next one.
No, give them a couple more time. A little bit more time. Josh Pugh says, does it have to be in order? No, it does not.
No, that's okay.
Just the last 5.
Yeah, if you just name who they are, I will give you a point for that. It's also weird to think that the Raw after Mania has been pre-taped as well, isn't it? And the SmackDown after Mania.
Yeah.
So that takes the magic out. I mean, I wonder if they're still going to have. I mean, I guess they.
Yeah.
They even have people debut? Are they going to do what they normally do?
Yeah, I really don't like this because I quite enjoy the last minute changes. And nope, Vince McMahon has torn up the script and he's rewriting it an hour before we go live. And I really like all that. That's really cool.
I know. I think this will be one of the worst Raws after Mania, mainly because it's not live. They're limited to what wrestlers they have. There's going to be like those Aleister Black squash matches on there instead of
all right,
new superstars debuting. Shall we move on?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. They won't have returns. That's true. They won't have returns as well. All right, let's move on to the next question then. Oh, I've scrolled up very far. There we go. Question number 9. Who ended John Cena's fifth and final United States title reign back in 2015? So, who ended John Cena's fifth and final reign as United States champion back in 2015?
Josh says their first live show with a crowd again will be like a Raw after Mania. There'll be NXT debuts and returns. Yeah, totally agree. I think they'll probably build it as a season premiere.
It's going to be a huge, return. Yeah, they are going to sell the crap out of it.
Well, yeah, Florida's locked down now, so they can't film anymore right now anyway. So they're going to have to give us. I don't know. They're going to have to show old ones. I think for the first time ever, we're going to have an off season here.
They did a WrestleMania thing on YouTube and stuff where they were doing 2K20 matches. I actually think they may have to do more stuff like that. They were simulating 2K20 matches and then having the wrestlers come in on video chat to talk about it. It actually was pretty good, to be honest. I actually enjoyed it. The usage on that.
Yeah. All right, final question of the night then, guys. Question 10 in round number 8. Who won the Cruiserweight Classic tournament to become the Cruiserweight champion? Who won the Cruiserweight Classic tournament to become the Cruiserweight champion?
I'm going to post all those questions into you guys. There they are.
Yeah. Right, so that's it. You've had 85 questions. Let's start marking your last 4 rounds. So if everyone goes all the way back to round number 5, and we're going to go to question 1, this is the round that was all on firsts, first time evers and things like that. So question number 1 in round 5, here's your answers. Who was the first WWE champion? The answer was Buddy Rogers. Buddy Rogers was the first world champion.
Yeah. As we move on now to question number 2 in round number 5, which was who competed in the first ever Hell in a Cell match? The answer to that one is Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker. Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker. Kane showed up, but he was not in the match.
Yeah, great debut. We were saying the other night, Kane's debut has got to be one of the best of all time, probably in the top 5 of the best debuts.
I mean, when you show up and just rip the door off its cage like it's nothing, I mean, and stand toe-to-toe with the biggest legend in the company, it's great debut.
And he had been spoken about for a couple months before that. I don't know if that's good or bad, actually.
I think it's good because they didn't show any. I don't believe they showed any footage. They just talked.
It gave some story to it already, didn't it? Okay, question 3 then. Who was the first Intercontinental champion? I think we all know that was Pat Patterson. Pat Patterson is the answer there. First Intercontinental champion.
Yes, he won the title in a fictional tournament that took place apparently in Rio de Janeiro. Question number 4 was who was the first Universal Champion? The answer to that one is Finn Balor. Finn Balor, kind of a sad story there. Won the championship, had to give it up immediately.
Question 5. We wanted the pay-per-view and the year for 1 point on this one. At what pay-per-view was the first ever Elimination Chamber match? And the answer was Survivor Series 2002. Survivor Series 2002. So, Luke Stevens, were you right or were you wrong? Having watched the match earlier today.
Yes, I guess you might have just watched the match on its own and without specifically watching the entire show then, I guess. Right, let's move on to question number 6 in round number 5. Which was who won the first ever TLC match, tables, ladders and chairs. The answer to that one, unsurprisingly, is Edge and Christian. Edge and Christian.
I think that's one of those ones where you remember the match more than you remember the winner, actually. You remember the spots in the match. Not saying the winner is unforgettable, but I just think you remember the match just as a whole.
I do agree that you remember the matches more. The only reason I remember Edge and Christian winning is because they seem to consistently win those TLC triangle matches. So I think that's the only reason that it's stuck in my head.
Yeah. Josh Pugh says he thought it was SummerSlam 02 for the first Elimination Chamber match.
There was one at SummerSlam 2003. There was an Elimination Chamber match.
Yeah, that was the second one, yeah. Where did we get to? Edge and Christian. Number 7, who competed in the first ever I Quit match in WWE? Very well done if you got this. The answer was Bret Hart and Bob Backlund.
Yes.
Bret Hart and Bob Backlund. One
for you people who really do your research. Question number 8 was... What type of match was the first ever WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match? And the answer was, it was an Elimination Chamber match back at Elimination Chamber 2019. So the answer there, Elimination Chamber match.
I like talking about these older Elimination Chamber matches. They're more memorable. Not like that big fucking toy thing we have now.
No, yeah. Well, that and they just diluted the concept completely of the chamber by just having it all the time. But, yeah.
A huge toy.
I remember we watched it live. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just looked like
disguising itself as an Elimination Chamber match.
I remember calling it the Elimination Bouncy Castle.
Tommy thought the first I Quit match was at the Royal Rumble 1999.
No, it happened before that. But that was one of the most famous I Quit matches, definitely.
Question 9. Who was the first name on the list of Jericho? The answer was Mick Foley. Mick Foley was the first name on the list of Jericho.
And question number 10 was, who was the first member in Vince McMahon's Kiss My Ass Club? And the answer was poor old, jolly old William Regal. William Regal, the first member of the Kiss My Ass Club. I'm just going to paste those answers in for you now. There we go. The answers, all the answers to round 5 are now posted in the chat. As we're going to move ahead now to the women's round number 6. And question number 1 for round number 6 was, who was the first ever women's Royal Rumble match runner-up? So who was the runner-up in the first ever women's Royal Rumble? And the answer was Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella. That's one you do have to think about, definitely.
Question 2. Which former women's champion faced Vince McMahon at No Mercy 2003? It was Stephanie McMahon. Answer was Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah. Question number 3 was, who won the first ever women's Hell in a Cell match? So who won the first ever women's Hell in a Cell match? And the answer is Charlotte. Charlotte Flair won the first ever women's Hell in a Cell match. And that was a great match.
Number 4. Who was the first ever Divas champion? It was Michelle McCool.
Michelle McCool, first ever Divas champion, all the way back in 2008. Keeping with the Divas Championship, question number 5 was, who defeated Eve Torres in her last match to win the Divas Championship? Who defeated Eve Torres in her last match to win the Divas Championship? And the answer to that one is Caitlyn. Caitlyn.
Question 6. Who defeated Sasha Banks and Bayley to end their reign as the first ever women's tag team champions? And the answer was the Iconics. Just at last year's WrestleMania, the Iconics.
Yeah. As we move ahead now to question number 6. No, question number 6 is just done. Question number 7 was, who began dating Randy Orton on screen in early 2005? And the answer is Stacy Keibler. Stacy Keibler dated Randy Orton as an angle in early 2005. Actually ended with Randy Orton giving her an RKO in the lead up to Randy Orton's match with Undertaker. Stacy Keibler's your answer there.
Number 8. Who was the only woman to win the Intercontinental Championship? The answer is China.
Question number 9. Which Bella twin won the Divas Championship first? The answer is Brie. Brie Bella was the first Bella to be the champion, Divas champion.
Number 10. Which women's champion vacated the title due to retirement? Answer was Trish Stratus. Of course it was. Trish Stratus.
Yeah, there we go. There's all your answers for round number 6. I'm going to paste them in the chat for you guys. We'll get on with round number 7.
Well done, Tommy. Tommy says Beth Phoenix would have been a good guess. Good thing you went for China. Yes, very well done. Right,
a lot of discussion I noticed in this last round. We'll have a look through that once this is over.
Round 7, the true or false round. We made a statement, and you had to tell us whether it was true or false. Question number 1, we said John Cena has never tapped out. The answer was false. He has tapped out to Kurt Angle.
Yes, it was way back in 2003 before they gave him the never give up gimmick, and I think he was maybe a heel at the time. But yes, Cena has tapped out. So let's move on to the next one, which was question number 2. True or false? Scott Steiner won the 2004 King of the Ring. This is one of the ones that made Cam giggle. So as you can guess, the answer is false. There was no King of the Ring in 2004. Scott Steiner wasn't there, and I don't think they would have given it to him. There was a lot of problems.
Oh, what's your beef with Big Papa Pump?
I like Scott Steiner a lot, but I mean, they just couldn't find anything for him. Really, they tried giving him a world title shot. Maybe.
Question 3. Edge lost the WWE Championship and won the World Heavyweight Championship at No Way Out 2009. True or false? And that was indeed true. That was true.
Yeah, and question number 4. Back in 2005, The Undertaker actually pitched for Randy Orton to end his WrestleMania streak. So a bit of backstage info for you there, but was it true or false? The answer is true. The Undertaker did actually suggest for Randy Orton to end the streak, but it would help him.
Along with Kane and Lesnar as well.
Yeah, so Brock Lesnar just did. I think Undertaker just didn't want the streak after a while. He's just like, come on, Vince, let me retire.
Question 5. At Survivor Series 2001, Chris Jericho defeated The Rock and Stone Cold in the same night to win his first world title. True or false? Very well done. If you were listening to the question, that is false. Yeah. It actually took place at Vengeance 2001, not Survivor Series.
Yeah, that was one to catch out anyone who's sort of half listening. That was it.
Yeah.
That was a good question there to catch you guys out. But hopefully, you guys didn't get caught out. You actually like everyone who's playing, so I hope you actually didn't get caught out. All right, as we move on to question number 6. True or false? All 4 members of the McMahon family have been champions. The answer is false. Josh did try to tell Tommy that Linda was the first ever WWE champion, but I'm not sure if Tommy bought it or not. But in fact, no, Linda has never had any gold. All wrestled officially, I think.
Number 7. Randy Orton is the youngest world heavyweight champion, but he is also the youngest intercontinental champion too. That is false. He's not. He was. Jeff Hardy is actually the youngest intercontinental champion. Sorry, I thought Randy Orton was, but no, Jeff Hardy just beat Randy Orton by a couple of months.
Yeah, back in 2001, Jeff beat Triple H for the title. Jeff was obviously quite young back then. All right. So, question number 8. Edge has only won 1 Money in the Bank ladder match. Is that true or false? This is another one that's kind of a thinker, but the answer is true. He only won 1 Money in the Bank ladder match. He did cash in twice because he actually defeated Mr. Kennedy for the briefcase and then cashed in on The Undertaker. But he only won 1 Money in the Bank ladder match. So well done if you guys got that one.
Number 9, we said The Miz has the record for most cumulative days as a tag team champion. Is that true or false? The answer is false. That record belongs to Kofi Kingston. If you've been watching WWE TV recently, that record has come up in the last kind of 3 or 4 months, so you will know that was false.
Yeah, that's definitely a tricky one. You definitely have to think for that one. Last question then of this round. Round number 10. Question number 10, guys. Sorry, I'm tired. Ric Flair had a fight with a fellow Evolution teammate on Raw a year after retiring. So is that true? Yes, it was true. 1 year after retiring, or a little bit longer than that maybe, Ric Flair and Randy Orton had some kind of weird brawl on Raw during the Randy Orton and Batista feud for the WWE title.
All right, well, just paste your answers in the comments for round number 7, the true or false round, in case you missed any.
They're in there for you.
Moving on to round number 8.
So round number 8 then is our champions and championships round. Let's see how you guys did on this one. Question number 1 was, what championship did Christian win in his in-ring pay-per-view debut? And the answer was the light heavyweight championship. The light heavyweight championship. So props to you guys if you get that, because it is a belt that's no longer used or has been slightly changed.
People are loving the true or false round. They seem to have been doing very, very well on that one.
Oh, good, that's good.
So got some good scores coming in there. Question number 2. How old was Brock Lesnar when he won his first WWE Championship? And the answer was 25. He was 25 years old, and he was the youngest world champion at the time until Randy Orton defeated that record at 24 years old. That's why this one is quite a recognisable question, and it's not like asking how old was the Great Khali.
Yeah, it was something that was touted quite a lot, I think, until obviously Brock Lesnar left the company, and then they gave it to Orton, I believe, out of spite. I'm 100% convinced that it's just a spiteful man. Now, question number 3 was, who was the 50th WWE champion? And I believe it's one of the greatest champions of all time, the Maharaja, Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal was the 50th ever WWE champion. Not Randy Orton, not Bray Wyatt, Jinder Mahal. Why not, folks? He may get a match with Rob Gronkowski at WrestleMania, guys. My God.
Question 4. Who was the first ever 24/7 champion? Relatively new title. The first champion was Titus O'Neil. Even though that belt resonates more with R-Truth, Titus O'Neil was the first winner of that title.
Got to give him a little something for that Titus World slide. A little good karma. Right. Question number 5 was, in what city did AJ Styles win his second WWE Championship? The answer to that one is good old Manchester. That's Manchester, England, not New Hampshire. Manchester is the answer.
Number 6. Which WWE legend unveiled the current Women's Championship at WrestleMania 32? The answer was Lita.
Yeah, right before the match, I believe. Before that classic triple threat match, Lita unveiled the women's title, which I don't know. I don't understand. They've been trying to say that people are the first ever women's champion, but we know that's not true. Anyway, let's move on to question number 6. I keep doing this. Question number 7, guys. Let's move on to question number 7. Who did Chris Jericho pin to win his last World Heavyweight Championship? And the answer is The Undertaker, in an absolutely great moment where Shawn Michaels was hiding under the Elimination Chamber, and switching music, The Undertaker and Jericho got the pin. It was leading up to the retirement match of Shawn Michaels. Just great.
Good way to get the title off Taker.
Wrestlers. Yeah.
Next question, number 8. Including the current title holder, name the last 5 Intercontinental Champions. So the answers were, we want all 5. The answers were Sami Zayn, Braun Strowman, Shinsuke Nakamura, Bobby Lashley, and Finn Balor. Those are your last 5 Intercontinental Champions. Well done if you got all 5 of those.
Yeah, we tried to give you quite a considerable amount of time on that. But yeah, absolutely well done, guys, if you got that one. Question number 9. Back in 2015, Who was the one that ended John Cena's 5th and final United States title reign? One of Cam's favourite wrestlers of all time, Alberto Del Rio. Love him. Cam hates him. That's what's funny. Cam can't stand him, man. And he might be coming back.
Yeah, great. Luke Stevens says, yes, he got all of those 5 wrestlers. Josh Pugh got all apart from Finn.
Tommy Dignan said he hindered the Jinder, which we will have none of that in the comment section. There you go.
Pretty good going, guys. Final question of the night. Who won the Cruiserweight Classic tournament to become the Cruiserweight Champion? Answer was TJ Perkins or TJP. Right.
There you go. All the answers are pasted for you guys for the last round.
That's it. That's your WWE Superfan quiz. Really hope you've enjoyed that and got something out of it. Hope it's warmed you up for tonight's WrestleMania. Please comment your scores now out of 85. 85 points were up for grabs in this quiz. We would love to know how you got on as superfans. Yeah.
Yeah, please can't wait for the comments to see. I'm expecting some of you to do the ones that I know to have really high scores. I'd like to be surprised by some of the people that
I'd like to think that if I was answering all of these questions, I would have got at least 60. I would like to hope that I would get at least 60.
Yeah. Yeah, I would hope I'd be in the 60s to 70s. I don't think I would be that close to all 80.
No, I don't. Yeah,
some blind spots in there.
Yeah, so it's a hard quiz for sure. Josh Pugh, 46 out of 85. It's over half. That's not bad.
That's right. But beaten by Cameron Sinclair, 53 out of 85. Well done there, Cameron. Logan Swallows got 59.
Wow.
Stephen Ross, 53.
Luke Stevens, 58.
Nice. Great quiz, guys. Thank you, Luke. Thanks for playing. Please, we do hopefully going to be doing lots more quizzes. The next quiz we're going to be doing is Game of Thrones. Can you tell us a little bit about the Game of Thrones quiz, Cam?
Yeah, the next quiz, that's exactly it. Our next quiz is the last one in the pipeline for the time being, unless we get any more suggestions. But next quiz is Game of Thrones.
That's coming up this Thursday.
That's going to be coming up this Thursday at 8 o'clock. Please share that information with any of your friends who are Game of Thrones fans and come and join us on Thursday evening for a Game of Thrones Superfan quiz. That's our next one.
We've got some more people coming in now.
Tommy Dignan, 31 out of 85. Oh, Tommy, what went wrong?
GG, good game. 41 out of 75 for Terry O'Callaghan. Oh, out of 85, yes, right, no problem. Josh Pugh, is it a Game of Thrones TV quiz?
Yes, the TV show, yes.
Yes, it is, yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Not the book. No.
Yeah, the TV show. Like I say, that is our last quiz in the pipeline at the minute, so come and join us for that if you think you'll have fun and you watch the show.
Yeah, we just want to see kind of everyone's responses to these and see if we want to do more in the future. Hopefully we'll do well.
We haven't had a comment from Dan Fortune, have we? He might have left.
Yeah, I think there may have been some connection problems because I think it may have stopped and started again, so we may have lost some people.
Oh. Okay,
but we do still have 10 in the live chat.
I think Dan's left. So, James, who's our top scorer? Who won?
Top scorer, it looks like Andrew got 69. I can't see anything that beats that.
69?
Yeah, I mean, Andrew's a proper wrestling nerd.
That's a great score.
Does his research. So, Andrew McGuinness at 69 looks like he's won.
Wow, but
and
there were some...
Andrew got 69 on purpose.
There were some great scores in there, though. 58, 56s. Anything over 40, 50 is great. So, well done, guys. Hope you've been honest. Hope you've been honest with yourself, and hope you've had fun most of all. Have a great WrestleMania. Enjoy watching the show tonight. Let's all hope that it is going to be good fun. We'll certainly be watching live in just a couple of hours' time. In fact, the pre-show is on right now, I believe.
That's it. Oh,
yeah.
It begins.
This has got Terry O'Callaghan says this has got me ready for WrestleMania. Thank you, guys.
Oh, awesome.
No worries.
Yeah, thank all of you for coming and playing. This has actually done better than we thought it was going to do. This is pretty close to the numbers we had for the last one, the TV comedy quiz, which we were not expecting. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you for joining us for this one, especially those of you who are new to our page. We really appreciate that. Like we say, hope it's got you warmed up for WrestleMania. This time next year, we might even do another WWE quiz to get us hyped up for WrestleMania. So tonight's WrestleMania will give us some more history to write quizzes for, I'm sure. Right, well, so we're going to sign off now then, guys. Again, thank you so much for joining us. Have fun tonight and stay safe out there.
Yeah, take care, guys. Good night.
See you later.